Okay, I got to bring this shit up.
I'm waiting for it.
Your name has been dragged at least a little bit because of your association with this sort of mixtape, quote unquote. Well, I'm not going to call it a scam. Some people have called it a scam, but basically the gist of it is that there's a series of mixtapes that are hosted, I believe, on DatPiff and SoundCloud, and they're just mixtapes of different artists. Right. And the sort of accusations been thrown around is that people's Instagram, social media is basically they'll sign somebody into their account, and then that account is basically used to have conversations with up and coming artists, and then these artists end up on these mixtapes. And I guess that alone, it sounds like it's kind of on the up and up. But then the allegation is sort of that these mixtapes don't actually do anything for the artist, and I think that's where a lot of the issue has gone with it. And I know that you are somebody who doesn't want their name associated with something that people see as being sort of unethical. So what's your thoughts on it, and how did this become a thing for you?
Man, it's a thing just putting some music out from local artists who don't get a chance to do what we do. You feel what I'm saying? Who could hit me up and I do a series of mixtapes, and it's $500. Some people don't like it, and I understand that, but you got to invest in yourself, and that's not the only thing that you should be doing. You can't just invest $500 and think, okay, sit back and and wait to fucking blow up. It should be a multitude of things. That's something you could put on your resume. And far as it not doing anything, when has anybody, let's just say, if you take a guess, you don't even know these people. You don't even know these random people who pay their hard-earned money to get on this mixtape to try to get a look, right? But if you could guess, have they ever been on a project that talked about on a platform like this?
Probably not, most of them.
That's all I'm saying. Just the fact that we talking about it now, just the fact that I thought at the Joe Budden podcast they was going to bring it up.
They didn't bring it up.
They didn't, but they spoke about it.
Right.
So just the fact, those two platforms, it's worth it right there.
Right.
Back for me, I paid for niggas for features coming up. I paid to do shows. Now we talking about somebody who was probably on a higher level than these dudes back locally. Like I said, I've been running this shit in my town. I paid for features. I paid G Herbo for a feature. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the homie. I paid French for a feature. Shout out to the homie. Guess what? I'm on French. I'm on a Coke Boys album for free. He hit me, and I got some shit with him. Guess what? I got some shit with Herbo. You know what I'm saying? For free, relationship type of shit. When I invested in my career, you feel what I'm saying? What else? I paid to get on Big Mike tapes. I did all of that shit. So everybody don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? And everybody don't feel it. And everybody feel like, man, he should be putting niggas on. Don't they see Rick Hyde down there sitting behind me with a pocket full of blues, a rollie on, and 2 chains? He is on with a record deal. With 2 of his videos hit 1 million views last week. He's is nodding. On.
He said,
you know what I'm saying? So when they talk about I don't put people on or shit like that, it's just, I know it rub people the wrong way because they feel like, damn, you successful already. You should be doing this. But you know what I'm saying? It's all about who want to invest in themselves. And we done had it posted on College Kid and a whole bunch of shits. I could keep going, a whole bunch of shits. It's not for everybody. Because once I got to a certain level, I'm like, I'm not paying for shows no more. Once I got to a certain level, I'm like, okay, I'm not paying these certain artists for features no more. Once I got to a certain level, it's certain shit that I didn't do no more. So it's not for everybody.
Right, but have you gotten blowback from some of the fans or artists? Because I've seen sort of like Reddit threads about it, and there's certain people who are not happy about what they've gotten out of it.
Let me tell you though. Let me tell you some real shit, and I'm gonna tell you some real shit though, because people might think they paying for a relationship with me. You feel what I'm saying? People might think that, but that will cost way more than $500 if you want to buy a relationship with me, and people don't take it for what it's worth. I feel like, I hope the artists is listening to what I'm about to say. I feel like too much emphasis has been on dick riding other rappers. Do what you do. Don't look for your shit through another rapper. You feel what I'm saying? If a nigga gonna fuck with you and shout you out off you being a real nigga or off you being who you are, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? I get in my, for Pusha T to get on that, to my shit, I DM'd him. No pride and no nothing. He could have left me on scene and nothing. I wouldn't have felt no type of way. Niggas did that before. He hit me back and did that and ain't asked for nothing. And there's other artists I could say that about because that's how they felt. And there's other artists who probably wanted me to pay or probably wanted me to dick ride on da. I don't do that. So it's like, man, don't look for it. Don't. Okay, here's how I could break it down. You know how people just love to dick ride the rappers. When you see me, if I'm coming somewhere, if I'm at a show, and you want to be in my face like I'm going to further your career, I promise you, the niggas standing behind me are the ones to talk to. When I pulled up, this is a big interview. You know what I'm saying? When I pulled up here, for even y'all for to open the door, I didn't contact y'all. My assistant contact like, yo, Benny outside. Niggas need to talk to him. You feel what I'm saying? Right. Like real shit, niggas need to be trying to pull up on those type of niggas. Don't be dick riding no rapper. Pull up on the entourage. The niggas who's setting up my shows. The niggas who's getting me, introducing me to the dope photographers, to the dope videographers, all that type of shit. Y'all need to link up with those niggas. Because they the ones pulling the strings for me and for everybody else. Everybody want the limelight though. Everybody want to stand next to the light. It's not about that.
Right.
You in the trenches right now, so you should be trying to do anything you could to get a look. It's all about a look.
Well, it's weird because somebody in your position, people want you to be responsible for every single aspect of your career, when in reality it takes quite a few people to make the business of Benny the Butcher exist. And you're not the biggest artist in the world, so think about how many people it takes to make a Travis Scott exist. It's a fucking whole army of people to make that happen.
I be telling people that it's like, I'm the face of this shit. I'm just up here talking. You know what I'm saying? But for me, for the shit to happen, for the ball to roll in the direction I needed to roll in, it's people in my corner. It's my staff. It's dudes like Jake. Dudes like, let me name some staff. Jake, we got City Boy, we got Harlem, we got Cat, we got Steve, we got Ak. That's just on my side of things. As far as Griselda, we got B. Burton, we got D. Jack, we got a whole bunch of them. We got Chad, you know what I'm saying? He worked with Conway. We got fucking Chase. This is my manager, motherfucking hip hop, Ben, Sam. We got people like that, you know what I'm saying, who making shit, who making the wheels turn, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like who people need to talk to, you know what I'm saying? If you want to get your foot off the ground, don't try to stand in the light of the rappers for the clout shit. If you're really trying to get the work done, talk to the niggas who pressing the buttons for the rappers.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting because I feel like one of the main things that people take issue with is just the idea of you not being the only person using your Instagram, and that, like, you know, somebody might be super hyped to be having a conversation with a Fat Joe or a Benny the Butcher or a Jadakiss or a Safari. I saw that they got Safari doing tapes now. Shout out Safari.
I can't speak on what these other niggas do, but I'm definitely in them DMs. Seeing shit and I hit a nigga back, I'm definitely in them DMs. I can't speak on what another nigga do, but trust me, I'm, you know what I mean? I know everything that's going on in my shit.
You know, there's one thing I will say though, is that I started actually listening to the mixtapes on the Dub Block 365 SoundCloud, and the Benny the Butcher ones, a lot of those songs do sound like songs that you would at least have approved, you know, it wasn't the totally nonsensical garbage that a lot of times gets sent in when we do the live streams, which, by the way, we do live streams where we pay music for money. But sometimes the stuff that gets sent in is like really, really bad.
Yeah, right.
I didn't hear anything like that.
And I'm gonna say this though too. That's what they need to hear too. Honestly. We talking to somebody, I'm 35 fucking years old. I've been doing this shit since I was 16. I tried fucking everything. They might need to hear that. Like, that's not it. Don't get fucked. Like, real shit. They might need to hear that because everybody got it up here. If they see, because it's too many people, it's too many, mediocrity would kill the game. It's too many mediocre niggas with Lambos and millions of dollars and people sitting on the couch like, I can do that. I always bring this analogy up. If NBA players getting these big contracts, NFL players getting these big contracts, if they drafted your man right here, you know what I'm saying, this guy right here, if he went to the fucking,
it's gonna be tough for Josh.
If he went to the Patriots, if Josh went to the Patriots, right, and they just gave him a big contract,
his skin is tingling. This is what he was thinking about as an 8-year-old.
If they just let, you know what I'm saying, I don't know your skills in football. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying.
I got my doubts, but okay.
If they fucking sign somebody like that, I'm like, maybe I should sign up too. So they see all these dudes getting this, and it make people think they could do this shit too. You feel what I'm saying? They might need to hear that because people is living up here in their brain. They not living in the real world. So it might be a wake up call for a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's trash. Like, niggas need to hear that shit. I'm not gonna fucking lie. People need, you know, that's rappers hear everything about their music, but nobody never tell them they trash.
Right.
They might need to hear that shit.
And it's really hard too, because sometimes when somebody sends in like a really bad song, it's really hard for me to grasp how I should go about telling them that the recording sucks, the production, whatever you're rapping over sucks, your voice sucks, the flow that you're rapping in sucks, the way that you recorded the vocals themselves, like, it sounds horrible. Like, sometimes it can be really hard to like even think of how you would begin to give them advice on how to improve when clearly everything needs a lot of improvement. And I'm not musically trained either, you know. But
it's a method to it. It's a method. It's a process. Now, I tell people this: if you, I be really saying the same shit in the interviews. If this nigga Drake wake up in the morning and he got access to the best producers in the world, he can call anybody and get a feature. Anybody. This nigga could fucking call Michael Jackson. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, you don't have no time. You do not have the liberty to rap over a bullshit beat when you got niggas like that who gonna go top 10, number one every fucking time. When you got too many people killing this shit and you wanna rap over a mediocre beat, you wanna rap over a bullshit microphone in the studio, you wanna do some bullshit, you wanna say this bullshit, it's too much competition out here. It's too much other shit. No, you wanna do shit and like, damn, I'm working, big homie, post me. That's all people want to do. Damn, I'm working, big homie. Shout me out. Let me open up for you. Man, you should shoot me that verse. I'm grinding. I'm a real nigga.
And like, your shit now sounds a certain way, but I'm sure you could look back to your shit from a different time period and say like, oh my God, the beats I was rapping over were whack. But what'd you do? You improved on that.
That's it.
The quality of my recording was trash. Now it's not. You know, it's like you have to be willing to work on every part of your career, including all those details. It's not just like, oh, my rapping is better.
Right.
Your rapping needs to get better too, but everything else needs to get better
Master
as well.
P.
Another classic interview in the books. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and head on over to nojumper.com to support. Appreciate y'all.